Hello YouTube and welcome back to the King and Fernando. Sit on down, sit on down. Today we're going to take a look at the improvement that Gaolang has shown during the Real Champion tournament. Whatever you may think of that tournament, and I have my opinions on it, believe me, you're going to hear them at some point. But today is Gaolang's day, and we're going to talk about how far he climbed up the ranks in this tournament. So, let's get started. For the first notable improvement we saw, Gaolang is now faster than he was during the Kangen vs Purgatory tournament. Gaolang prior to this was already the fastest striker in the Kangen series, with one exception being Carlos Medel at bantamweight. A new wrench was thrown into this though during the tournament because Sakigake claimed the fastest individual strike in the Kangen series during the tournament per the words of Carlos Medel himself. So how fast is Gaolang now? He's certainly come close to bridging the gap between himself and Medel, given that he's improved at all. And he has the added benefit of being a heavyweight. So given that Gaolang was already at the peak of striking prior to this, he's now several levels above any other strikers in the Kangen universe when it comes to speed, apart from the two notable exceptions we mentioned earlier. You know, we had been speculating for a long time now how Gaolang would do against the top pre-initiative users in Kangen. Well, his haters had been speculating. I knew since the fight with Fang that Gaolang could keep up if necessary. But since it needs to be explicitly stated for some people, that's what we got. Gaolang has been labeled the pre-initiative killer by Gaolang Daner, because that he is so quick that he can move faster than your prediction. It would almost be a nerf to Gaolang to have him use pre-initiative because there's no need for it. It would slow his pace down. That's why it worked so well during Kangen vs Purgatory, that even though Carlos was faster than him, he still was outstriking him. He was beating him to the punch because he was beating his pre-initiative to the punch. And that means that Gaolang can erase one of the biggest advantages of his opponent and bring them down to a level where he can fight him on his terms. The last improvement we're going to be talking about today is a little controversial because Gaolang seems to have learned formless to some extent. I'm not the biggest fan of this because I'm willing to bet we're never going to see it again, and it seems like such a strange decision to give to Gaolang of all characters. Gaolang is a master of hard style striking. Formless is a technique that goes into the soft style of the verse, and it also slows down your reaction time slightly, which doesn't fit Gaolang's style. To his benefit, it did allow Gaolang to slip a dragon shot, which if Gaolang were to master, he would become the peak of striking in Kangen while also being one of the most elusive. That said, I don't like to trade the character or the soul of that character for overpowered techniques. Feels like you might as well give him removal at this point, but in any case, it is still a notable and pretty massive improvement to Gaolang's defense, if nothing else. Overall, with these changes, my favorites are how Gaolang's natural fighting style is absolute poison for pre-initiative. You better know what you're going to do the moment you're going to do it, or you can expect 20 flash jabs to the face in the space of a second. The problem is, I don't really care for the others. I waited the whole tournament to see the improvement that I was waiting for, and we unfortunately never got it. I was expecting that during the time skip, Gaolang had also done partial training on his left hand, so he could use God Flash, which would be throwing like 10 God Glows at once with his left hand. Formless didn't hit the spot, and a slight speed increase didn't either. Any way you look at it though, Gaolang is now a confirmed S tier. There used to be 4 characters who could hang around the A+ level in the A tiers. We had Kiryu, Rei, Hatsumi, and Gaolang. Gaolang and Kiryu have broken past that barrier, and have now entered the S tier. We'll have to wait to see if the others can follow, but in the meantime, Gaolang and Kiryu's spots have now been occupied by Julius and Wakatsuki in my opinion, who were more impressive prior to their Omega showings, even with some mini improvements to them. Wakatsuki right now went into the woods. He is training. He's going to go back up to S tier soon, but from what we've seen of him lately, which is not much, he would swap places with Gaolang in my opinion. Now, we're going to be taking a look at some of the other characters who participated in the tournament as well, and how they did. But for now, I hope that you enjoyed this very quick video. And let me know what you thought of the tournament itself. We're going to be talking about that soon. But for now, I will see you all in the next one.